Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Davis, how about you? How's the weather in Mallorca?
The weather is cloudy and is fresh from Mallorca and the Balearic Island in Central Europe. So glad to be here. Glad for another ice stream. Let's kick off. Hot topic today.
Yeah, we got a few topics we want to discuss. Deb, you want to give them the rundown?
Yeah, of course. So we're gonna start off with a nice drama about the Pulsechain Bridge, the clogged bridge, so famous bridge
Yeah.
that has been clogged for about 48 hours. And then we will proceed with, I would say, with the BRC-20 Airdrop. We're gonna just do a little clear up of calculation about how much is the gain and return for the
Yeah.
early people that actually deposit. Then we will proceed to actually talk about the hot topic about Andrew Tate. That it was actually
Smash.
stating that in the next 48 hours he was dropping some alpha about some coins or some shit. But it turned out that not really that the case. But we're gonna discuss that. So stay tuned with that. And then finally we're gonna just have a quick overlook about the Alex Tax launched for 24 hours ago. Today is going to be the big opening day about the BRC-20 deposit. So stay tuned and let's go.
Let's do it, guys. So you heard from Davis. We're going to be talking about all of those things. But first, let's start off with Pulsechain Bridge. Dev, what's the latest with this bridge with Pulsechain? How much millions of stock, et cetera, et cetera? Let's get the data, and then I'll give you guys, my take on that situation. Do we have that in front of us, or an estimate?
No. We have. There is scan.pulsechain.com. That's actually it's the burning side, but the bridge, which 1 second, we
Do
have
smash the like buttons,
50.
guys. Sorry, Dev. One thing. Do smash the
No
like
problem.
buttons, and also Thomas, please share this in the various chats. Let's get it going. We don't want people to miss out, and they want us to repeat ourselves. So, yeah, please
Exactly.
do that. But Dev, nonetheless, yeah, carry on. So, what's the figures looking like?
So yeah, so first of all, I think there is a nice interface that somebody of the community of Ocean did is plsburn.com. You can track the block weight and the cloggage of the bridge. Currently, we have a 32% process of the 59 million that they are waiting to be bridged into the pull chain. 18 million point nine has been processed. So there is a lot still going, but it seems like that is starting to flood inside. So it's been 48 hours of big drama around pull chain. And yeah, I can imagine after 2 years and all that money that has been sacrificed. So people they were a little bit upset, to say the least,
Yeah.
expecting that after 2 years. I mean, it's not a surprise that Pulsechain has a lot of attention. So you would imagine that it would be prepared to actually, process big transfer. But I guess the bridges are a problem across the ecosystem of crypto. So let's hear your
Yeah,
take.
for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like, it's good to know that the bridge is working. It's good to know that people are actually getting, from the exit side, of the bridge, they're getting what they wanted to get with that transaction. I mean, I would just only say this, like, I don't want to beat Richard Hart too bad for it, but I think he's going to attract a lot of criticism because of his cockiness and his arrogance. Talking about this is impenetrable, that's impenetrable. One could argue maybe the bridge doesn't really have to do much with the actual pulse chains, blockchain activity and such. But they do call it a Richard Hart's bridge. I'll only use Richard Hart's bridge. So you have to kind of like, he has to take, the onus on that, whether that's good or bad. I will only say this. I would just say that how I don't think everybody was expecting this thing to go, to go live in 2 years from the time when they sacrificed. Although people were okay with waiting, not to be mistaken with people okay with waiting. But my point is this: if it's going to take like, when we did the sacrifice, I think people had like something like 2 weeks. They were thinking 2 weeks, and then I went to the January, and then January went to like another year, and half a year, and here we are. But my point is this: if it took them 2 years to do what they had to do to go live, which was to do a testnet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, whatever, we joke around, but testnet 4, I think it went to. I think they had more than enough time to make sure that a bridge, especially at the start, because they knew it would have this type of traffic, should be doable, should be able to do the workload. That's the only thing I would say. But I have to also say that how the bridge is, it's a very fragile infrastructure. I don't know many. What's that, Sea Bridge? That Sea Bridge, I guess, is one of the better ones. But there's not many bridges out there that's reliable and sustainable, let alone having 2 years waiting of people ready to onboard or ready to offboard, whatever, onboard, however you want to look at it. But I just feel as though a little bit of the how do you say, like not the credibility, not the reputation, but a little bit of like the sophisticated sort of like outlook people may have had on this kind of like took a small hit. It had to have, because again, I'll repeat this one more time. If you took 2 years to do this, when in anticipation it was supposed to be take all the time you want, as long as we have a smooth launch, do whatever you got to do, and then this happens, it's like you took 30 times extra longer than I normally would have, what we anticipated. You had so much more time to make sure everything was okay, and then everything wasn't okay. So there should be some criticism, but I don't think it should be too hard because bridges are fragile, in general.
Yeah, and this bridge has been forked by Omni Bridge, so Omni normally has a good
That's
reputation on this bridge.
Yeah, yeah, but then Omni might have good reputation, but this is like, this is what I don't understand. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna fork it because it works well, and
Oh,
yeah,
no, no,
that
it's like
that
on the
that
project.
yeah, that project is good enough for me to fork it. So you're putting all of your reliance, all of your like your name on someone else's work. That's stupid. That's like saying this. I don't want to do my due diligence because I heard everybody saying it's legit. Okay, well, if you go by that, then you're gonna end up getting fucking wrecked sooner or later. So if that's the notion you're going off of, just because OmniBridge is so good and it would not affect us, I'm gonna do it. That's like you're not doing any work. You're not putting any. That's no hard work, no effort. So you deserve to get fuckery then, like right now, if that's the
Yeah,
case.
but my question here
You
across all
just
bridges.
it's like copying somebody's homework from school and thinking you're gonna be fucking smart. It's stupid. Like,
No, no,
make
of
your own
course.
shit, bro.
I know exactly, but the question here that it still baffle me is like with all these years of technology that has been speeding up and everywhere, we have this problem as soon as we have big capital that are floating in at once. So the chain
Yeah,
cannot process, the validator cannot process all this huge amount, which
sure.
yes is huge, is 58 millions, but you would guess they
But
could have
what
take
did we all
a
say?
different
What did we
approach.
all say we wanted? We all said we wanted a smooth launch, right? Take as much time as you fucking want. Take as much time as you need, as long as we have a smooth launch. Well, all
Yeah,
the
but
time
there
was
is
taken, and
almost,
it's not all the time was taken, and it was not a smooth launch. That's all. Let's look at the
yeah,
fucking
no, it's
facts.
true.
That's it.
It's true.
And then if you want to go and make a tweet where you're at a fucking toilet saying the bridge is clogged and make fun of yourself, go the fuck ahead. But to me, there's nothing funny about that. That is like, you know what I mean? Like, what you're making fun of yourself? You think that's entertaining? Bro, the jokes are done, bro. Get fucking serious and get on with the show. I'm not a fucking little kitty, little community member sucking your dick. I don't give a fuck. You look like a clown right now, bro. You look like a clown if you're at a fucking toilet making fun of yourself and your bridge being clogged. That's, to me, you look like a clown, in my opinion. That's all. That's not humorous to me at all. You
Yeah,
know what I
no,
mean?
but for me, I don't understand. Maybe because I'm not a dev, I'm not inside in coding and stuff like that. But you would not think that
To
maybe
me, Dev,
you
it
would
has nothing to do with being a dev. It has nothing to do. Smash the like
No,
buttons,
but
anyways,
wait,
guys.
let me finish what I was saying.
Okay, okay,
I
go
was
ahead, go
saying
ahead.
that if you would had different bridges point that they could enter, not just one, so not just one entry point, but maybe multiply these bridges by different, different entry points, so you could actually deal with this entrance and not just clog it all in once, because now they are funnel all in once in one direction. And my question was like, they could not come up with different segment of bridging that they could bridge from different ways. That's all my
What I'm
I
saying
was
is this: what is stupid is you making a fucking tweet about next to a fucking toilet that's clogged, and then you're
yeah,
you're
sure.
trying to like reference that to your bridge. There's nothing funny about that. This is time to be serious. Like you
Yeah,
could turn into the laughing stock of crypto in overnight, bro. That's what, like, all the people that love you in the space can fucking turn against you, bro. Like, I think everybody runs out of patience at some point. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, okay, do your thing. You got a lot of kids fucking loving you. That's fine. But the real people in the space, like, you see all the shit that Jack Levin is doing, throwing like jabs here and there, bro. You think he's joking? He actually means it, but he's trying to make it look like if it's a joke. That's what he's doing. He's being cheeky with it, bro. It's not all what we thought it was. You're not as good as you thought you were. That's what he's trying to say. So it is
yeah,
what it
no, for
is.
sure.
For me, it's like this. I got 150K into Pulsechain. I don't give a fuck if it goes 100x or fucking I lose it all. I already wrote it off. You know what I mean? 150K might
Yeah,
sound like a lot, but it's really not a lot. Like when you have your bankroll management skills intact, you already write that shit off. That's only 1% of my portfolio. So I don't care. But what I'm trying to say is like we don't have time for jokes right now. Okay? There's nothing funny about this.
absolutely. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Even more about the old game that has been played for the past 2 years. It's fun and everything. We understand it's dev. The software is difficult. It's complex to actually time. But you cannot just keep on joking and then you launch it. There is a stock. Okay, it's understandable. There's no pretty never launch that there are smooth more on layer one and stuff like that.
Fuck is wrong with this
But
guy, bro? What the fuck is wrong with this dude? I don't. Oh, I don't know. I
he's
thought he was
cleaning
gonna
up.
come beg for money or something. That's fine, but like, holy fuck, that was way too close. I didn't know what the hell was going on there. All good.
Yeah, but
um,
I am agree with you. Meaning now is the time to be serious and not to fuck around. So you can just you can be put yourself your head on the toilet and call it a joke. The clog is unclogging, but it's time also
I,
to
I guess
actually.
I guess it's a good way to distract people from the real problem, right? It's a good way to
Uh,
distract people from the problem. And again, I truly believe like the bridge being clogged. We see this all the time. It's not that much of a huge problem, but I don't know that tweet kind of rubbed me off the wrong way. There's nothing funny about that. And I would say this to you. I will clap back to you with this, Dev. So you're talking about all these different things, the end point, that point. Well, why wasn't that fucking sorted out in the fucking
yeah,
2 years
exactly,
that it took you to do it? You can
exactly.
talk about what they could have done, what they should have done, but that's the reason why you took all the time in the world that you needed to make sure we're. Everybody said that. Even the biggest fucking false chin fanboy said, "Take all the time you need, Richard. Just go buy Louis Vuitton and go masquerading on the streets with the Louis Vuitton bags. Do a road trip in Europe of Louis Vuitton. Go to Iceland in your fucking Hummer. It's all good as long as we have a smooth launch. We don't give a fuck." Well, not so fucking smooth. So I guess people do give a fuck now, right? You know what I mean? Like, again, bro, like, this is why people, like, during this whole 2 years, have I really spoke about Pulsechain that much? No. I'm too busy looking at other ways to make money now. So for me, it's like,
No,
set it and
and
forget
and
it. I invested, I'm
and,
done.
and again, you cannot consume your energy on something that you cannot control. You cannot, because what else? What else you can solve? You cannot solve. You just focus on something that you can actually control and make a difference. You cannot make a difference on something that you cannot control. So what is the point to stay there and spend energy and time for something that there is nothing you can do? So let's just see how it play out. In the meantime, we have the BRC-20 wall that is banking. So
As I said before, look, as I said before, and I can bring up the clip. I'm not saying this now because of like certain things aren't really going according to plan when it comes to Pulsechain. I don't think it's all that bad. I want to make that clear, but I also want to make something else clear. I believe that this whole 2 years of doing this and all this testing at this and okay guys, want to go live? Oh shit! And then he talks to his team, the devs, and they're like, oh, we can't do that right now. We got to test some stuff. And then he has to delay. I just felt during the 2 years like Richard R wasn't too sure of himself. He wasn't that confident going live with the blockchain. And I think for whatever reasons he had in mind is kind of like coming to surface now. with these little things like the mint of Xian. Some people told me that how it wasn't over a million in Pulse for 5 minutes. I don't know if it's true. Maybe Jack Levin did a Photoshop, but he did tweet something out and had over a million Pulse chain tokens for the transaction fee to pay. So I don't know if that was true or not, but if that's the case, there's some issues, that's for sure.
yeah,
What's
I
the
mean, I don't know. There is people that they say, it could be also in purpose that this has been acted like that, just to let the dumpage going slowly, have the people
Bro,
can wreck
why
themselves, blah blah
would
blah.
any man take billions of fucking dollars to fuck up at launch? What, so you could get people looking for him? Most people going to want to look for this guy, bro. If that was the case, if Richard R deliberately wanted to fuck up at launch, bro, why are you sabotaging your own reputation for? That makes no sense. That brings us to our next topic. Jackass is talking about fucking Andrew Tate want to get into Pulsechain, right? So
Yeah,
the same people who's talking about Andrew Tate is going to be getting shilling fucking Pulsechain is the same dumbasses who are saying that Richard Hart deliberately wants to plan this sabotage at launch. Shows you the type of people that invest. And when you look at the amount of the amount of money that was sacrificed, it's like about $25. That was the most amount. So on average, it's probably like $250. So again, so you're dealing with people on that level, right? And people on that level aren't very smart. I don't give a fuck what anybody says because they're talking about stupid shit like this. Their actions tell me they're not that smart. Okay, And if you could admit that you're not that smart and you could try to get smarter and do yourself a favor, you'll be a much better investor and realist when it comes to making money. Because if you have that mentality, you will never be fucking rich. You will always be fucking broke with your little 250 fucking dollars. Trust me. Okay, so change your fucking mentality. But yeah,
Yep.
but go ahead, Dev. Yeah, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, no, it's true, and already, we're driven by emotion, by base. I mean, in crypto is even more because people are involved with their money. So as soon as they hear something, they just want to hype it up and hope for the best that is going to be that. And it's just, and those people that they actually create this kind of thing, they're just using you. They're just using your hype, your opium to actually, pump their bags and pump their end goal of what they want. And everybody's just thinking that Tristan Tate and Andrew Tate, they're gonna actually endorse Pulsechain and everything is gonna be happy days forever and
What did
ever. I
Andrew
don't
Tate?
think so.
Andrew Tate just sent out a tweet. Smash the like buttons if you appreciate the content. If you appreciate a conversation from one man to the next without all this little fucking, YouTuber nerdy shit going on. They're fucking with their testnet tokens, playing checkers. Okay, well it's real life now. What the fuck's going on? That was the main net. Dev, what was that tweet that Andrew Tate sent out? He said something about. I think he mentioned. He elaborated on the shitcoin. He doesn't do that. Could you read that out if you don't
Well,
mind? If you,
no,
yeah.
it's not. It's not a text. It's a video. Actually, it's actually
Oh,
saying
video.
that
Oh,
is incredible as a person that is the most influential person in the world. In few words, they are launching a token. Is speak about something. We did it about a slot. They launch a slot token. Speak about something else. They make a token. Speak about something. They make a token. He
yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
I will never ever endorse any project of any founder to pump their backs to
See.
actually make wrecked the community. Because when I say I take care of my community, I will put them in a position that they will never lose because every token that is launched, there is another party that is losing because you're selling your bags to somebody else. So yeah,
Is that what he
there you
said?
go. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
did you
not
guys
exactly,
hear
but
him?
it's
Please, for the viewers who are watching right now, please take a second to do this. Go to my YouTube page, okay? Go to my lives and look at the live stream I did. Was it a live stream? We did a live stream on the Andrew Tate, right? Why I think he's not going to do
yeah,
it. And
yeah, yeah.
listen to what I said. Andrew Tate tweeted that out when? In a video. That was today, yesterday, whatever. It was after my fucking video, what I said. We have small IQ fucking nerds in this space who fucking love to dream and think off of their feelings and emotions, who think Andrew Tate will pump another fucking founder's bags, who has 1,000 times more influence on Richard Hart. Why the fuck would he do that? If anything, Richard Hart gotta pump his bags. It don't work like that, bro. And here you go, a few days later, Andrew Tate comes out and fucking pretty much says exactly what I said. Like, guys,
Yeah,
you
so
don't even have
so
to, hold
yeah.
on, Dev. You don't even have to be smart. You're just gonna have to have half a fucking brain. That's all it takes. I'm not even that smart, but I got common sense. Holy fuck. Fanboy mentality. Fucking fanboys. Go ahead, Dev.
No, the text above that video, it was like, I do not endorse shitcoin. I'm not a scammer like every other influencer. I do not need to rob my fans. I do not have anything to do with any crypto.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then he did what? He did a video.
Yeah, it's on there. There is a video 6 hours ago, 16 hours ago. Sorry.
Cool. We do got people in the chat. Do smash the like buttons. I don't know if you guys are enjoying the content or not, but this is how I honestly feel about the topic. So you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like me. Yeah, you can love me, but this is how I feel about the situation. At least you could appreciate the honesty, right? The genuinity of myself, because you don't get that type of quality content out there with people speaking their minds. Yeah, so exactly. So Andrew Tate pretty much just confirms everything I told you guys about this. Okay, who are you guys following? You guys are following a bunch of fucking nerdy kids who are giving you wrong information, getting your hopes up for no reason. You need to follow somebody who doesn't get their hopes up too high, get too low. That's level-headed. Why? Because when you're level-headed, you're not thinking off of emotions, and you can actually, decipher what's going on. Okay. What
Yeah.
else we got
All
there,
right.
Dev? You want to go to the chat?
I can go to the chat. My phone is gonna be
Get a
shaking.
couple questions, if you don't mind. Yeah, sorry, I got it on this phone. I might shake up the screen. Oh, we got tax partners, morning gods. What's
Oh
up?
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, no. There is the liberty of that or that is say trust swaps say that they're going to connect with Pulsechain. The only good thing we can take from this.
Yeah, I mean, there's always pros. I mean, good and bad, the good side, the bad side, the bright side, whatever you want to call it.
I
That's
mean,
good, I guess.
at the end of the day, there has not been hacked. There has not been the bridge that has been hacked. It's just clogged. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the end
Yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
world. It's just that
Exactly,
after two
exactly.
years, after all this money that has been deployed, you would expect that a little bit more flawless. But you know, it
Let's
is
just
what
say
it is.
this. Let's just say this. Like what you said. After 2 years, everyone expected a smooth launch. You're right, and I totally agree with you. 110%. You hit the mark right there. It's just clogged. It's not hacked. People didn't lose funds. Just chill.
Yeah,
That's fine. But when you had the first instance with the whole, the fees going bonkers, right? Like $3, the $112, whatever it was, that million pulse chain that Jack Levin showed us, and then you see the bridge being clogged, those back to back, kind of like collisions happening. It's like
yeah,
shit. How people thinking, right? That's all. So I mean,
yeah. But
I'm too busy. I'm too busy making 800x with Pepe BRC-20. I'm too busy making 200x with memes. I'm too busy giving people fucking airdrop alpha that's making them fucking 30x and shit to talk about a bridge being clogged. And although well, we have to talk about Alex's bridge because I was kind of clogged too. But you know what I mean?
yeah,
So I was talking about bridges being clogged, but not Paul Sheen.
yeah.
So yeah.
For sure, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, again, this would prove you that we are focused on something that we can control or something that actually can produce something to our pocket instead of just watching a screen and say, oh, it's clock. Oh, we need to wait. And then what? At the end of the day, you cannot do nothing. Just forget it. Just focus on something else that you can actually produce something. That you can actually gain something.
Exactly. Focus on
And then there was
productivity, something that's gonna put money in the damn fucking pockets, bro. All this negative talk, man, I can't deal with that shit, bro. Like, even if it was hacked, I mean, like, fuck, whatever. Let's figure out a
yeah,
ways to
welcome
make
to
money
crypto.
now. Yeah, welcome to
Yeah,
crypto.
yeah, but
Welcome
it's
to
true.
crypto. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's like
it
what I was
is what
saying.
it
The
is.
ones,
It's
the
it's
prod,
not.
the calls that you think are going to do the best, more times out of 10, ends up,
Doing the
like a
worst.
pie on your face. It doesn't really end up
Yeah.
doing the best, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not saying that's this. And what did we also say? Remember, you guys got to go back to my prediction I made on Pulse. What did I say? I said it probably will do at most, at the maximum 20x at most. However, we will see a dump at launch. So if it does do gains, well, people will take some profits whenever that happens. If the bridge works or whatever, and then from there we'll dump. So I mean, we still gotta wait. But my prediction also was people will try to mess around, right? When Bullshit goes live, they're going to get wrecked, and I'm not going to do nothing. So once again,
Yeah,
TCL comes
that's
correct.
right.
Go-
But
Comes
again,
correct.
on that last line, I was just monitoring and speaking with a few other people. Yeah, what happened when they launched it? People they were swapping to wordless stablecoin, thinking that there was the stablecoin bridge from Ethereum. So there is, I believe, hundreds and hundreds of people that they throw away 2 years of waiting tokens
Yeah,
to a wordless
yeah,
stablecoin, and this is what is because they're impatient. They don't want to wait it out when it's clear. How many times you say to the people, "What you gonna do when Pulsechain launch?" Nothing. You just don't do nothing. You don't know. You don't know
yeah.
what you're doing. Most of the people doesn't know how to farm, how the LP works, how to swap, how to identify the stablecoin that they're just bridged in, and they're just going by emotion and just, oh yes, yes, look, 25,000, it's 25,000, it's worth 25,000, let's sell it, and then it's worthless.
It's worth 25,000 Indian rupees or Mexican
Yeah,
pesos.
oh,
Fuck.
or yeah,
Um,
or Venezuelan pesos.
no, it's actually the Venezuelan.
The
Was it
the Bolivar?
Bolivia or some shit?
No, no,
Bolivar.
that's Bolivar. No, yeah,
You remember from XBT?
Bolivar.
Okay, so we got
Yeah.
somebody here. Sexy Dutchman says a launch is very important to a coin's reputation, especially when the product itself is not much better. And I got to tell you guys something right now. If you guys look at the BRC-20s, okay, and I know this isn't a blockchain, but if you look at BRC-20s, what is it? Well, there's no team tokens, right? There's no founder. It's a fair launch. There's no smart contracts. There's no admin keys. It's immutable. This is everything on what Pulsechain was supposed to be. This thing you could do in 5 fucking minutes. Obviously, it's not a blockchain. I'm not saying in that regard, but from the traits and the characteristics standpoint, it is exactly what that is. In 5 minutes, you could do it right now.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
yeah, that's the power.
So
That's the power.
yeah, I think this is what really attracted Jack Levin to BRC-20s as well. And I mean, I don't know, man. It has those traits, but there's other reasons that he might have been attracted to. He probably woke up and realized Bitcoin DeFi is a real thing. But yeah, um, That's
probably
what I gotta say
woke
about
up
that.
and watched your video.
Yeah, there was something else here I saw. I missed the comment though. We have somebody says, Lakey, hi Francis, much love. I'm new from South Africa. Thank you for joining, man, and appreciate you subscribing. Yeah. So that's my take over there on those two topics. What else we got there on Pulsechain? Anything else? So the bridge was clogged.
Well, we can
Acetate.
say that yeah, the validator is growing quite exponentially. I would say there is currently 9,800 validators already and over 300 in
Really?
queues, if I'm not
Wow.
mistaken. Yeah,
That's pretty
so
good.
that's good. Yeah, and then I would say that's about it. We have a stake at Pulse stake for the validator. 289 billion token are staked. 9,000 validators and
How,
34
how much how much
projects.
tokens you need to be a validator? Is it 36 million? Was it or something?
32 million. 32 million.
32
Yeah.
million. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool and all. It's good to know that
Yeah.
people
Well.
are onboarding to be validators. I
Yeah.
feel as though, yeah, I didn't really look
Probably.
into it, but yeah, I didn't really look into it, but I know having the tokens is one thing. I don't know if everyone could afford to have that. Maybe. What does that work out to be? 32 million times 0.0001, whatever that is. And
It's 12K if I'm not mistaken.
is it 12K? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever it is, and then after that, I think you need some form of computer specifications to become a
Yeah.
validator.
The expenses are approximately 1K to actually get the correct
Oh, you mean money
processor.
to get the? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Whatever. That's not that expensive, to be honest. The computer I have
Yeah.
is like fucking 7K, bro, and it's only for just
Yeah.
content. Never
I
mind
know.
validating. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, no, that's great that people are onboarding as validators. I think the more the better. It's going to be more decentralized, more secure. Hopefully, transactions on the bridges will be more smoother in the future. So, look, in his defense, it's at launch. Everybody's been waiting. Everybody anticipated this. The bridge got over freaking, exhausted, and it is what it is. So, I
Yeah,
rather
but
something like that happens.
exactly. Finish
Yeah.
the line. It was exactly what I would
Let's say
say.
rather something like that happens that is very minute problem than something crazy on a blockchain problem to have. Because if it was a direct blockchain, I don't know, smart contract, whatever the heck it was, that was the issue, bro. Lord, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. If, for example, there was an hack that it was happening to the bridge, or something that would have been like the death. you know, this
Yeah.
is yes, is an hiccup, but I mean, come on. Yes, we could have expect more flawless, but at the end of the day, just be patient and just chill for one side. Just
One
focus
one
on
guy
something that.
asked. One guy asked, what meme coin are you buying on Pulse Chain? I don't know, bro. I don't know. For me,
I heard Dodge on Pulse. It did 1000x in 6 hours. I'm not sure. I didn't cross check because it was early morning, and I just briefly. Maybe somebody can confirm that in the comment section.
Dogecoin on Pulse Chain did 1,000x. You said? What do you mean? The
Yeah, I
copies?
didn't. Well, yeah, the copies from
Okay.
from the bottom that it was. So
Was there
maybe
like so
somebody
what? Oh, so what they did? They converted their copies to what? PLS?
the pairing that it was associated. I don't know the
Well,
pairing
I
that
don't
was
own no
associated.
Dodge, so I don't have I don't have any of those bags. I would love to know how that works. Like, what did they do? Where's the liquidity? Are you talking about they traded it for something else and it was worth like over 1,000x? I don't understand how that works.
Yeah, this was a news on the fly, so I didn't actually check
Could
the
anybody else
proper.
confirm or deny this claim that Davis is making up on the top of his head right now? I think Davis was dreaming. You're dreaming that one, Davis.
And
Do
they
smash
said
the
that
like buttons, guys. Okay, what we got here? So Brian says not yet. When everything is working, Francis will come on. With his Pulsechain content, no hurry. So I know that how Brandon is watching the content. I appreciate you, Brandon. Thank you for echoing that in the live chat. Really appreciate that. That's what people needs to do, bro. We got a Cryptozati. I hear you right. You think PLS will do? Well, that's what I said, right? I said like, look, if it would do any gains, it'll do a maximum of 20x. I didn't even think it'll do that. I'm just giving you. I will be shocked if it does anything past that at launch. And like, we mean like sustained sort of liquidity. They can't be like, oh look, it went to 20x and it came back down. Oh, 30x. No, like sustained, right? Sustained. Where people could go dive in and out, whatever they want, take profits or what have you. But it will dump, right? Just look at it, man, guys. Look, I got to be honest, right? When you have, I think a lot of the people that sacrificed into Pulsechain was fascinated by the airdrop. Okay, the numbers show that. If you look at the amount that was contributed, it was very small entry price tickets, right? $20, something like that. There was so many people that did $20, $10. I covered a video on that. So what does that tell me? That's people that doesn't have a lot of money. That's people that's in this for airdrops, and the people that are in it for airdrops usually just dump, and that's fine. That's okay and all. So what's going to happen after 2 years of waiting for this thing to go live? These same people are waiting to do what? To take profits to dump if there's any to take. They're not going to wait, even if it's a 5x, even if it's a 10x. People will take. Okay, and that's just the low ticket people. What about the guys who has, there's some people that didn't 2 million, $1 million, 500K, right? That's why I tell you guys, 150 is not a lot of money. But what about those guys? Think about them. Let's look at me in my case. I have 150K into this. If it does a 10x, what's that? $1.5 million. You don't think people who put more than me is going to take any profits out of 10x? If they do a million, that's 10 million, bro. They're going to take something. They're going to take. So yeah, there will be a dump once there's some these means of cashing out, whether that be a bridge or pools or what have you. So expect that. That will happen. It's common sense once again. Yes, it's an opinion at the end of the day because it's something that's in the future. But you put all the variables together and you look at the type of investors and you look at how the length and all this shit. Of course, it's going to be a dump, bro. Come on, man. You guys deep down inside, people know this too, but they want to act off of fucking feelings again, like little children. Go ahead, get wrecked. I don't give a fuck. Lose your rep. Go ahead, dude. Look, the things I say is not supposed to please your fucking mind. It's to just like make you think, okay, yeah, maybe that is true. I didn't know that. Oh, that's a different take. That's a different perspective, because there's not a lot of people talking truth out there. There's a lot of people talking. They're getting you fucking. They're cheerleaders, bro. They got their pom poms for you, and you're fucking like, you're jumping up and down. That's all they're doing for you. Nothing much. Do smash those
Yeah,
like buttons, bro. Do smash those like buttons. And what else we
I,
got in the live chat, man? Yeah. Before I get to my next thing, because the next thing that I need to do on calculate, oh my god, as I say, people, I don't like to insult people, but it's very frustrating. It gets me so annoyed where I just be more truthful and I just tell you exactly. Again, with airdrops, I need to calculate that for you guys. Seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, yo, bro, what are you talking about? It didn't do a 30x, didn't do a 60x. We'll get to that. But let's stick with Pulsechain. Who do we have in the chat that has a Pulsechain related question or comment?
well, it's a comment here. Well, from Fab is saying that the biggest issues is also that the people that are bridging inside in value, like Ethereum or stablecoin, they cannot actually interact because they don't have any pulse, and you need pulse to actually pay the gas.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I was just reading a guy's comment here saying top G 100x rebooting today. This is so new. That's funny, bro. The top G BRC. That's funny. B20 is the best BRC once utility is added. Exactly. Let's see what happens there, meme lord. Let's see exactly what happens. Okay. So, any other Pulsechain related questions before we get into our next topic, which is how do you calculate your airdrop on BRC20 gains? Yo, why is my car making fucking weird noises?
Need to change it.
I don't think that's my car. Some shit behind, some something behind me. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about that. Let's take two more questions. Oh my god,
Let's
fuck is
see.
that? Do you guys hear that?
Let's Cryptozardi is appreciate your honesty. So looking at layer ones, what is your safe prediction for pulse in the long run? Let's say the bull run price, are you still in the X20 max zone, or do you believe it's gonna go higher?
Okay, let me reiterate everything, right? So what my prediction was this. My prediction was that how yes, maximum 20x at launch, right? Sustainable. It might do like spikes of 30x, 40x, maybe that last for like a minute or two, maybe, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the sustained Xers, okay? So once that happens, I think there's going to be a dump. Okay. Once that happens, it's going to take time for this thing to really recover. Now, I think there's a lot of other people also who's outside of the ecosystem who would like to come in and buy as well. But once again, this is not a bull market. This is a bear market. People don't have much funds. People don't have liquidity. So this whole notion of people saying, "Oh, yeah, well, there's a lot of people that never got it that wants to get it." Well, after this fuckery about the bridge being like clogged up, after this fuckery about high gases, I think those people are kind of getting turned off. So I don't believe that's the case as much as most do. But yeah, once the dust settles within 2 years, I believe this thing will give us some really nice gains. What that is, 100x, maybe. What that is, more, maybe. But what I believe, I gotta take this car in. What I believe is, we're going to see possible 20, oh my god, a possible 20xer, a dump, and then after that, within 2 years, when it's all said and done, Pulsechain will be putting smiles on our faces. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if it's 100x or what x. I think it's going to do well over 100. Well, I don't know, well over. It will give 100x in 2 years, is what I'm thinking. 2 years
Hmm.
or less. I
Cool,
mean,
cool,
my
cool,
window
cool.
is 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. There is another question off topic here. It's more about you personally. Is Yo, Francis, where is the best way to contact you for an interview? Congrats of everything you do, and you're awesome.
Thank you so much. What's the person's name?
It's Sino Ferreira. 1 second. Sino Ferreira Monteiro Nunes.
Yeah, you can message Davis on Telegram. My feed is really cramped. Davis, give him your ID. You can message Davis. I mean, I haven't done
Uh,
interviews in a while. I gotta set up my software accordingly. I'm open to
yeah.
that, but it has to be a good project. That's all. I don't do paid reviews, so I wouldn't accept your money. But what I would do is if I genuinely like it and I think it could provide value to the viewers, whether that's financially or information wise or whatever, educational, I'll cover it. Okay, so we need to get to a very important topic now, guys. Okay, please smash the like buttons because I'm like your math teacher here. So I've already went over, Devs. If you bring up the numbers in front of you, you can repeat it because I can't really do the math right now. People need to visually see this. But you have the visual in front of you. You could read it out if need be. So when you're calculating, ladies and gentlemen, please listen. When you're calculating BRC-20 gains, when you're calculating airdrop gains, this is not like when you're calculating a pre-sale. Because when you get into a pre-sale, first of all, there are rounds A, B, and C, right? And you know what price you're getting. So let's just say I paid $1 a token, $5 a token, $10 a token. That's the math I go off of because that's my investment. That is my expense. That is my cost, so to speak. That is my risk. That's what's coming out of my wallet, and I'm giving it to somebody else back for a token. When you're doing an airdrop, when you're doing a freaking BRC-20 mint, there is no money you're giving somebody to get into a round that's giving you a particular price on a token. Okay, that is not your expense. So let me first start off with the airdrop. For example, when you did Alex Lab's airdrop, to qualify for the airdrop, all you need to do was to essentially bridge and put your SUSDT in the damn order books. Okay. Now, what cost you there was the fee for the bridge. That is your cost. That is your expense. That is what you're never going to see again. Okay, the dollars that you bridged across is yours. It's your capital. Okay, you have access to that. You can withdraw it. You can put it into another coin. You can do whatever you want. You just need to do these things to get access to the airdrop. Now, when you look at the fees, that's your cost. So you need to look at the fees as if it was what you put in per token, because your capital is your capital. That's not what you invested. You see what I'm saying? It's not like I got it for $1 a token because you need to go by the fucking fees now. And once again, I gotta mention this. I know I'm not crazy with this because when we were doing a space with Alex Lab, Jack Levin came out and he calculated the BRC-20 tokens the way I did, calling Ordi 10,000x. He said that himself. And we all know Jack Levin's he's a mathematician. The guy's like a nerd. So I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. He knows what 2 plus 2 is. Okay. So once again, with airdrops, you need to calculate your expense or your cost that you're never going to see again. Kind of like if you were to invest $10,000 into a project, say you're never going to see it again. What did you invest? 10,000. How much did I pay? Okay. Well, how much did you pay? Well, you only paid in fees. That's all. So do the extra off of your fees. The same is true for BRC-20s. When you're minting, you're not giving any founder money to get into round A or B. What you're paying is to the miners to get these tokens. So now your investment is the miner fee. So you divide the miner fee from how much tokens you got per mint. That's the same process and same math with airdrops. You think I'm going to say something that 30x and I'm going to like expect nobody to know how to count? Like, and lie to make myself look good? I don't need to do that shit, bro. Like, I don't need to do that stuff. What? Because I think people will never figure this out that it didn't do 30x. So let me just go make some shit up. Why the fuck? Why the heck do I need to do that? I don't need to do that. I'm used to making gains. People who aren't used to making gains do that shit, not me. Okay? People just need to understand this is not like calculating pre-sale math. This is different. How you calculate your airdrop and BRC-20 gains is not like how you do pre-sale math. That's all. And this is where it's throwing people off. And again, Jack Levin fucking gets it. He says it. And that's all I'll say for that.
Yeah, no, exactly. The problem is when you drop 62x, 31x from the airdrop from the bridge, people calculate, oh, but I
You
bridge
got
1,000, I
dumbasses, you
didn't
got
get 30.
dumbasses talking about, oh, bro, I put in $500 and I only got X amount of tokens. Well, what the fuck did you give Alex Lab your $500 for tokens? No, it's
No,
in your motherfucking wallet, and you could send it back to your other motherfucking wallet, or you could trade for something else like stacks, send it to fucking Binance, whatever. You're left with the tokens that they gave you. So what was your cost if you still have your capital? Well, what was the fees? Well, that is your cost. Do the math.
that's $5.
Holy shit. It's like you got to show people opportunities before everybody else knows, like the airdrop we told them. We're going to tell them that how this one's going to do good. What's it at right now? $6? That's well over what I said. That math was based off of $3.50. It's like about $5 and whatever now. That's like over 100x right now on, well, maybe over 100x. I don't know. Maybe just under. Okay. So that math is even more now. More gainers on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, we've been here. We've been in this space for a while, and we know exactly how people. The people, they are lazy. They don't like to research. They don't like to calculate. They don't like to
Yeah.
know what they're
It's
investing. They
like
they
you
even
find them the
they
fucking
even no
gems.
wait. They even forget they invest money in something. They come to you and ask for your support. Oh, where I need to claim my token? What fuck? You invest your money. You cannot put inside a pen and a paper and you just write it down. I invested in this project. This is my money, and here is where I have to claim. No, on top of that, they even come to you and say, "Hey, you didn't tell me to sell them. Why you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
tell me
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
sell those?"
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
But not only that, it's like you bring them the opportunity early before everybody knows about it in the market. So that means they can still get a slice of that pie. It does exactly what you said you were going to do. It's profitable or how much ever extra it is. And then like they still don't do that. You got to do the math for them too, for them to
Yeah,
understand.
of course. Because otherwise, they come at you and say, "Yeah, but
Brother,
it's not true."
or like they're like, oh, you didn't tell us about the order books. Well, brother, I had the intel that told you there's an airdrop coming from a big player in the space. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. Now, why don't your ass go and fucking do some homework on your own, bro, and figure out how you could actually fucking get this? Now you have a lead to know, oh shit, there's a potential big airdrop happening that could, be profitable. Shouldn't that be enough for you to want to go do your own fucking research?
Yeah, exactly. Luckily, there is also, the majority, they're smart enough, and they
Yeah.
follow the actual content, and they actually take action, and they benefit, and they're happy, and many they don't even say anything, but they got their airdrop, their happy days, they make their gains. Some people I read they make 320 tokens at what 3, 4, 5, 6 now 620s. That 320 token is now worth 1,800, over 1,800 by just bridging in, and you still have your token. So you
So
know.
let me simplify. Let me simplify what I just said over there. If I could do this in two lines. So all of that, that 5 minutes of throat clearing, so to speak, telling you guys how this math works. Put like this. I think it was let's do the math right now. So 0.09, okay, for every dollar
For each,
on $100, okay, on
yeah,
$100. So point zero, that's 9 tokens, right? So nine
correct.
tokens times the example we gave of $3.50 is how much?
27. Well, let's say
Just get your
29.
calculator. Three to three
Okay.
point five zero times 9.
3.5 by 9 is exactly 31.5.
31.5. It cost you. Remember, you got to ask yourself now, how much did it cost me to get these 9 units? It cost you motherfucking 50 cents on $100 bridge fee. If you use that bridge, it cost your ass 50 cents to get $100 from Ethereum over to SUSDT. Okay, that's what it cost you. So 50 cents turned into 9 units, right? And 9 units times the $3.50, which is more right now, is how much you said?
It's
30?
double now. It's double now.
Okay, well, let's go by the numbers now then. What's the number right now? 7, 6?
6.26. Let's say 6.
So six times 9 units. $6 times 9 units is how much?
Yeah, 6 times 9 is 54.
54. Right? Six times nine, right? So divide that by fucking 50 cents.
Divided by 50 cents, it give you
What? 100x?
188.
What? 100, I just did the math in my head. It's over 100x. That's
Oh,
it.
108.
108. There you go. X. It cost you 50 cents. Let me repeat that one last time. It cost your ass 50 cents to bridge over Ethereum $100 over to Stacks stablecoin for $100 of $100. That's in your Stacks account. It cost you 50 cents. Now you got 9 units. 9 times fucking $6, which is the price of the token, divided by your fucking fee of 50 cents is over 100x. God damn, I gotta argue with them too about how much extras it did. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's
Craziness.
the full
Anyhow,
package here. It's the full package here. It's the
I
introduction,
hope
is
that
how
makes
to do
sense.
it.
I hope that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense to people, bro, like honestly, bro, like stop getting into crypto because you don't know how to count. You need to know how to count. Stop. Do not get into crypto. I'm gonna save you a lot of heartache. I'm gonna save you a lot of stress. I'm gonna save you a lot of disappointment. Okay, stick to your fucking boring day job and pay off your mortgage until you're fucking 99. Okay, that's a better life for you. Trust me. Look forward to your weekends. Get fucking drunk. Go to the club. Do whatever you gotta do. Wake up fucking hungover and stick to your day job. This is not for you. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the calculation of the airdrop in Alex Lab on the launch, which we actually published 2 days prior the launch. So everybody had plenty of time to actually prepare themselves. You did, you didn't. Well, that's your call. So we did whatever we could to actually give you the actual true notice.
Yeah.
We fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently some people are saying that how they still got the airdrop without putting the stablecoin
Yeah.
into the order book. That's what
Yeah.
some people are saying. So that would be great if that's the case too. So that means they got it regardless. And by the
I mean,
way, when we found hold on, when we found out that was their token, I didn't, buddy, I was in their account and I discovered it like just on my, I stumbled across it. So I didn't know the requirements. But the main thing is not, it's not that. The main thing is that you were told that there's a big airdrop coming from a player in the game that has their own exchange, the first ever order book DEX exchange for BRC-20s. That alone is crazy for you to know. Go to the chat, ask questions, do your own fucking thing, bro. I didn't even get the fucking airdrop, bro, myself. I didn't. I missed because I remember, dude. I was working in 2 time zones in the same day, China and fucking North America, and like I thought I was in. I thought I was in North American time zone when I was in Chinese, and it went live, and I messed up on the 3 a.m. So I didn't even get it, you know. But I'm happy that we were able to still give the information to people who got it, and there's a lot of people. Go check out the comments who did get it, and there were some people who didn't get it.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, we were 1,000% accurate on that token being an airdrop coming from fucking Alex, and there will be one. That's the main thing. Like that's value right there, bro.
Yeah, and again, like Johnny Boy say, when it happened like there was a window prior the listing. You actually needed to bridge inside, deposit your SUSDT. Some people actually did get the airdrop, and again, it was a new launch, new DEX, so probably there are also some calculation that it was a little bit out of the what they calculate. So it might happen that somebody get it and they didn't actually did the full action as it was described in the requirement. But nevertheless, the B20 airdrop is not over, meaning that you can still
Yeah,
get it. There is bit to trade, bit to bit. There is gonna be a disclosing order utility for this B20. So you just need to get involved in Alex Lab, and that's the way to
yeah.
get it.
Let's end it with some questions, and then I gotta go. I got a
Yeah.
meeting in about half an hour. We
Any
got
other
James has
exciting
got.
project? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry,
James
sorry,
has
Bobby.
got the airdrop. Thanks, broski. Much love. Appreciate you, James. Fabio says good early info. Got to do it as always ASAP. Yeah, that's it, right? First is first, right, Fabio? That's how the name. That's the name of the game, man. The market doesn't wait for us, right? The market continues going on. France is doing volcano. When did airdrop happen? The first I think wave was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
34.
Looks
Yeah.
like there's going to be more. So a lot of people who said that we were late with that, we weren't. We were the first ones on YouTube 3 days ago to tell you about it, and then we came on with a video that did the first airdrop. Okay, it was right after the first airdrop, but we were reminding you guys of it. You have to put it into the order book. So that was late technically, but not really because the airdrop was still ongoing. Right? There's other ways to do it based off of their tweet at least with that picture. Okay, guys.
Mhm.
And like yeah, it's like right now, literally, it's over 100x if you did the $100. I think if you did a little bit more, the fee becomes more, so obviously the gains becomes a little bit less. So I think at that point it would be about 60x for people who did about $500. Because $500, and I think $1,000 was a equal sort of like when you did the math, it worked out to be the same. Although the fee was different. The $500 fee to bridge compared to the 1,000 fee to bridge is different, but the numbers are still proportional where the extras were the same. Okay, guys. Um, yeah. But look, we got to roll. I got a meeting in about 15 minutes. Very
Yeah.
important. Thank you, everybody, for joining us so bright and early in this random conversational like live stream. We hope we addressed the topics that was circling around your minds. And maybe you wanted a platform to see people talk about this, whether that's Pulsechain Bridge being clogged, whether that's Andrew Tate thing, Alex Labs, whatever. We got you covered. We're always giving you guys our honest opinion, whether you agree or not. At least we're honest, and I think that's what's missing on YouTube. Devis, go ahead and end it before we go.
Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in today, and stay very tuned because we have a lot of nice content that is are on the pipeline. And thank every much to stay with us today, and we wish you a nice day. So there is not much to say. Then
You're on your own. Later. Thanks, guys. Love y'all. See
yes,
you on the next one.
bye.
Fuck, I don't even know how to end this one. The upright. It's vertical, that's why.